Hello everyone and welcome to Deal 2 of the When to Draw Trumps tournament. On this one we have a lovely looking 19 count and our longest suit of spades, so we're going to open a spade, got 5 of those, and partner supports. Okay, so partner's got a weak hand with spade support. Any hand where partner will respond to my opening bid is a hand where I want to bid game, so I'm going to do that. And there I play. The opponents have led the Jack of Clubs. On this hand we're missing the Ace of Trumps, which we can't avoid losing, 2 little hearts, and potentially a diamond as well. So that comes to 4, and we can only afford to lose 3. So we have to get rid of one of these losers. We're not going to do anything about the Ace of Trumps. What can you do? It has to win a trick. So there are a couple of things to consider. Now, first of all, let's consider what happens if we start by drawing trumps. So we win the lead and we play a trump. Okay, so this is a bit mysterious. The opponents have played a trump back. Now, as I see it, there are 2 potential ways of getting rid of this, either a heart loser or a diamond loser. So we could take a diamond finesse, which will work when the king is with West. Or we could try to ruff a heart, which would involve playing 2 rounds of hearts to avoid ourselves in the dummy, and then ruffing over in that hand. Another potential consideration would be to try to set up the diamonds. So maybe you could get play a diamond to the queen, and if that won the trick, you could play the ace of diamonds, and then you could ruff a diamond and the suit would break 3-3 and you would have a couple of winners and everything would be rosy because you would be able to throw away your hearts. But there's a big problem on this hand, and it becomes very apparent at this stage of the play. So if we win the trick now, we're running dreadfully low on entries. So it's going to be very, very difficult for us to try to set up the diamonds because, say we take a finesse and even if it wins, we play the ace of diamonds, we have to ruff a diamond back to our hand, and then our only entry back is the 10 of spades. And at that point, it's only going to work if the diamonds break 3-3, which is not a huge chance. So instead, we're going to think about more likely things. We've already kind of assumed that the diamond finesse is working, so establishing the diamonds is looking very, very remote. But let's say the diamond finesse is not working. That's another 50% chance gone. I would rather take my 100% chance, which would be ruffing a heart. But do you see what the problem is? Say we win a spade and we play ace of hearts and another heart. The opponents will be able to win a trick and draw our last trump. And unfortunately, the hand with the last trump is going to be able to choose to win. But we can try. There we go. This is our last trump gone. And we have this heart loser that we can't do anything about. So we can only hope now that the king of diamonds is onside. And it's not, sadly. So at this point, yes, we have 2 trumps. We can try cashing some and hoping that our 9 of hearts magically becomes high, but it's not going to. The opponents are wilier than that. So down we go. Now the problem we had on the last hand was that we played a few tricks and then we started to think about what we were going to do. So we should try to do all our thinking on trick 1 initially. Big lot of thinking on trick 1. So they lead their club and we've counted our losers, and then we don't just launch into playing, we consider our options. So we said that one option was drawing trumps. We now think that that was a bad idea because that's what we tried to do last time. We considered trying to set up the diamonds, and let's reiterate why that wouldn't work. So we played diamonds straight away. This has a better chance of working than what we did last time. Okay, we win a trick. And as you can see, while we play these diamonds, even if they were 3-3, we're getting dreadfully low on entries. We can even do clever things like ruff high. If West had followed suit, yes, the diamonds would be winners now, but we would be relying on that 10 of spades as a way to get back to them. And the problem with that is that the opponents can see the dummy and they can see what's going on. So very likely then, when we draw a trump, they can choose when to win. Here it's not relevant to them. This is our only entry over there. And obviously the diamonds aren't winners this time, so we can't even do anything. Finally, let's consider the right play. This time we're going to go with roughing in the shorthand straight away. So we win the lead. And before we do anything else, we clear the heart suit. So we play ace of hearts. And we void ourselves in the dummy. Now it doesn't even matter if the opponents draw trumps. Note that even if West did have the ace of spades, which of course at this point we know that they don't, but even if they did, they could win it and play another trump, and we would still have one left in the dummy because we haven't drawn any rounds yet. But we're actually in a nice situation where we win the first round of trumps here, and we get to ruff our heart straight away. Amazing. Now we're in the fortunate position of having a second chance for an over trick, because if the diamond finesse works, we get 11 tricks. So that chance hasn't disappeared just because we didn't take it earlier. There's actually no rush to take the diamond finesse. Which we do, and today it loses. Now we just make the rest of the tricks. So on this hand, it was a good example of having lots of options and choosing which one to go with first. Launching into drawing trumps and then thinking about our options is never a good idea. We shouldn't just draw trumps because we normally do. We should think about what our options are. To get rid of the heart loser, we can ruff, but we can only do that if we don't draw any rounds of trumps straight away. And to get rid of our diamond loser, we can take a finesse. But trying to do something complicated like establishing a side suit when we don't have entries to the other hand is not going to work.